What's going on, guys? Today's topic is going to be, should I learn from another instructor? And we're going to keep this very general to all martial artists out there. You don't have to be a Filipino martial artist. I'm just going to give you kind of different sides and perspectives to it. So my initial reaction to this question is no, and it kind of ties into things to look for in a good instructor. So personally for me, if I don't have the ability to teach my students anymore, then I have not done the due diligence in myself to continue learning and being much more better at the art. There's no plateau. There's no way that I've accomplished everything, and to stay complacent is not doing the justice for your students. You have the responsibility to teach them even as they progress into teachers themselves, right? So my initial reaction is no, you shouldn't, but due to circumstances that are out of your control, sometimes you're forced to learn from another instructor, or that instructor, either he or she is unable to continue training, right? And so of course you're not going to depend on someone so much that your growth will eventually stop because your instructor's growth has stopped as well. And so you're going to look for an exterior source. You're going to look for something either particularly in the same kind of martial arts so that you can continue your journey. The beauty of that is you will see other perspectives, and although the techniques might be very similar or might be very different, you're going to be able to complement what you already have. So it's not like you need to start from the beginning and you got to forget everything you know. But it's very important to approach it with an open mind and not be the type of person who goes into a gym and says, oh, I already know that. Oh, it should be done like this. I was taught like this. Right? Those are the types of students that don't get taught because they're unwilling to learn. And kind of the motto is to always be a student. Always be willing to learn, because everyone can teach you something, whether they're 10th degree, 9th degree, 1st degree, or not even a black belt. You can learn from so many different people, so many different situations, let alone styles, even in the same sort of martial arts. On the flip side, some martial arts will specialize in one thing while the other martial arts specializes in another. A common thing that a lot of people have come to realize is that, in Filipino martial arts, when you're primarily a weapon-oriented martial artist, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, heavily complements your weapon-oriented skills, or vice versa. It helps you become well-rounded, and it's not that, in Brazilian jiu-jitsu there isn't striking. I'm not a Brazilian jiu-jitsu person myself, but I have heard that they do cover a basis of striking, especially in their self-defense. And in the other side, Filipino martial arts has its own versions of grappling. Whether you learn that or not, or whatever empty hand techniques you have in Filipino martial arts that are kind of grappling, you can always augment, or you can always increase your knowledge by seeing it from another perspective. Someone who doesn't prioritize striking as much as you do, but they prioritize grappling. And so you can really, really fill in the holes of your game and just learn to have an appreciation for everything. And so it really comes down to two things, aside from whether your instructor decides to continue training and learning or not. It depends on you as a martial artist, as a human being. If you feel like, based off your personality, your instructor's personality, you have learned all that you can learn from them, then if you are very, passionate about growing, you're going to look for that external source. But always remember to pay your dues and keep that respect to your instructor. You didn't get to that point of understanding that you need someone else without that person. So every instructor in your life, whether it's the same martial art or a different martial art, plays a significant role in ultimately in your whole martial arts journey. So that is our answer on if you should find a new martial arts instructor. Doesn't matter what style you have. Ultimately, it depends on you, your personality, your current situations, as well as your goals. Now, when you guys are doing this process of trying to understand if you do need an instructor or not, just remember, in the martial arts world, peace and love always. Promote everyone, promote everything. We're all in this together. Whether you choose to stay in the same style, you choose to move on, whether you choose to stay and then choose a different instructor, ultimately it's all for the good and all for the better. So if you guys like this video, please give this a thumbs up. Comment below, let us know if you agree. If you disagree, give us the reasons why. We'd love to know, and we'd like to share that with the martial arts world. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you watch our other union technique videos as well. And until next time, catch you guys later.